Welcome to Puddlecast, where we discuss safety, water, environment, and career development topics. Let's jump in.
Okay, welcome to another Puddlecast. We are on the road. I am sitting shotgun today. There's my lovely wife driving us down the road here. We are headed to a trade show and thought I'd take a few minutes here to talk about trade shows and their ability to help you grow your career and help you learn things in areas that you're interested in. Plus, then I'm a little bit distracted because she's driving, so I can spend a little time with you all. We're when you're going to trade shows and conferences, a couple things to think about. Number one, you want to find those that are in your topic area, but at the same time, you want to take advantage of whatever those conferences have to offer in terms of bettering your education. So a lot of times we go to these things because they've got fun events or they have different type of activities to them, but also figuring out by attending the conferences and by attending the discussion topics, can you advance your career? Are there continuing education credits or professional development hours that they're offering in those conferences to help support, adding that to your resume, or continuing education credits for a certification that you want or need those for? So it's good to call on those things ahead of time. It's another really good place to go and ask a lot of questions. I think the advantage of a conference is that you have a lot of folks that are there that are industry specific, and oftentimes they're talking about the most current events, and you're going to sort of get an undercurrent of what may be coming down the pipeline in terms of policy or regulations. It helps you get an understanding of what's new and innovative in the marketplace. For me, the trade shows are best way about learning about, in my industry and in the stormwater industry, it's the best place to learn about the new different BMPs that are out there to help manage for stormwater activity. So getting a good sense of what exhibitors and what new vendors are bringing to market, and taken the time to talk to those folks helps you build your toolbox. It helps you build your expertise level and get a good understanding there. It's a great place to network, of course. I truly believe that especially in the stormwater industry, that it takes a team of people. It takes people around you that you're going to encounter things on your job that you've never seen before, that you've never experienced before, and building that network of colleagues or people that you can call to help you identify paths forward on certain types of projects or on circumstances that you're dealing with is really important, especially as you start to expand your career. You start to move outside of your existing market into new markets. Having people that you can pick up the phone and have a conversation with is really important, and oftentimes these conferences and trade shows provide that opportunity for you. I'll also say that, in a lot of circumstances, there's opportunity to talk to some of the regulators. And in these conferences and these exhibits in the trade show hall, you can oftentimes strike up dialogue and get answers that you might not otherwise get in a public setting. In other words, they can talk to you in more of a frank communication rather than standing up at a podium and saying things to the audience that they don't want to get, they don't want to say the wrong thing. But oftentimes you can get some of the more practical, or the more you get a little bit more insight on a relational level when you're at these places and having conversations with folks. So all in all, trade shows and conferences are an important part of developing your career. It's an important part about finding new areas that you want to grow into, find new technologies, talk to your colleagues, and not all of them are the best. I would encourage you to try to diversify your the trade shows that you go to. You keep going back to the same ones over and over again. Sometimes the agenda can get stale. It can be sort of rinse and repeat over and over again, and those are the ones that you want to try to maybe find other ones to go to. But especially if you're going into a new marketplace that you've never been before, a trade show is a great entrance point. It's a great place to start learning what the local policies are, or the local market drivers, or the local areas of concern, so that you, when you have clients in that area, or if you're trying to grow your business in that area, you are talking the same language. You're talking the language. Nobody wants to hear the Westie from Washington, come out to North Carolina and start talking about salmon or something like that. That's not where they're at. So understanding those market drivers and understanding those regional drivers is a really important thing to penetrate a new marketplace. And that's, these trade shows and these conferences are a great place to do that. I guess on the flip side, we also do a lot of exhibiting at trade shows and conferences, and that's a good place for you to introduce your business if you're coming from that side of the house as well. It's a great way to show your stuff off and get people interested in what you're offering. There's a technique to that, and I'll tell you, the ROI on that's really hard to return on investment. The ROI is difficult to prove, and oftentimes the sales cycle for that can be up to years. People call us and say, "Hey, I remember I saw you at this conference like 2 years ago. Y'all had this stuff in your booth. Now I'm ready to start talking about it, or now I'm ready to have a conversation." So if you're an exhibitor, one, the conference should be catering to you, because you're doing you're doing quite a bit of the financial support for that conference, and people should appreciate that exhibitors are putting their dollars in, and that's helping support the events and support the venue and all that kind of stuff to offer the course or offer the trade show. But at the same time, you want to get a return on that investment that you've made at being there. So sending people that are outgoing and that they can talk to people and have a good conversation is important. That's why she's here. She comes because nobody wants to come to the booth when I'm there. I have to actually leave before anybody will come in there. But also having enough materials and having educational support material that people could leave and find value in what you brought is important as well. Not just swag and not just the knickknacks and things that we bring to get people's attention, but really that they can walk away from the booth, they can walk away from that exhibit with something of value is important as well. So anyway, I started my career doing trade shows. I was in business development for several different companies, helping them grow their marketplaces. So I've been to a lot of these conferences. I stood in a lot of booths. I'm actually presenting at this one and giving a talk, and I've been doing a lot more of that. I've been doing a lot more keynote speaking and conference speaking and session breakout speakings and that type of stuff. Session. That's the right word. That I should know how to say things before I go to these conferences. But, I just keep going. Most of the time, I just keep talking and wait for people to correct me or tell me what an idiot I am, but that's all right. Just having a good presence there. I've been doing a lot of them, and throughout the years, there are ones that are consistent. There are ones that always tend to be a good one. Then there are some that are sort of hit and miss depending upon the season. The timing of these conferences is important as well. Like if you're trying to find some good attendance at a construction conference in July, good luck, because that's when everybody's working, right? And they don't have the time to attend a conference that's right in the middle of their high season. So, looking for conferences that make sense based on the time of year and when people can get there is also really important. So anyway, we hope this is a good one. We hope this is going to be a good one for us. We're put some effort into this and speaking and exhibiting. So anyway, if you have any questions or you have any thoughts about what trade shows or conferences you should be a part of, you're always welcome to go to the website, cwtacademy.com. Look at the news and events page. On that page, we try to be as diligent as possible at posting the different events that are and identifying what industry they're in, so that you can go use that as a resource to find out where you can grow, where you can go to learn about things in your industry and help get PDHs or CEUs for your certifications and continuing education credits. So we try to be real diligent at posting that. But if there's other, what's that?
The newsletter also.
Oh, and on the newsletter, yeah. So also we try to post that out in the newsletter. So if you haven't been a part of that, make sure you're getting on our mailing list as we send that out, because that'll help identify those. Yeah, and if there are things that we haven't communicated, if there are conferences that we haven't listed or you're seeing that are absent on our communications, get a hold of us as well. Let us know when it is and where it's at. We're happy to put those out. We tend to stay within the United States in terms of identifying those conferences, but if you have others outside of the country that you think are important, we're happy to do that as well. All right, that's us. We're making it. We're halfway there, so I'm almost safe. So we'll talk to you the next time, and thanks for joining our Puddlecast.
Wow, Nate had a lot of good information about trade shows and how to best utilize your time. Trade shows are a great way to grow your career. Make sure you're taking advantage of any continuing education credits or professional development hours. Take advantage of all the people that are there. Build a network of colleagues you can call on whenever you have any issues arise. You can learn local policy and really diversify your knowledge of any climatologies that are not native to where you're coming from. It's a great place to ask questions. There's always new products, new regulations coming out. It's important to stay informed. Thank you for listening to our Puddlecast today. Remember, you can always engage with us in our communities or get info from our blog and resource library at cwtacademy.com. That's cwtacademy.com. Follow us on social media to get the latest information and see what our team of instructors are up to. We hope you tune into the next Puddlecast, where we will discuss more water, safety, environmental, and career development topics. Catch you on the next one. Bye.